Hey Aquarius, my name is Jacine, also known as Tempest Trade, and this is your energy check-in. These messages may resonate if you have the Aquarius Zodiac anywhere in your chart. Please use discernment when listening to these messages, since this is a collective message meant for many people. Also, it doesn't matter when this video was recorded, when it was uploaded, or when you come across it, there is most likely a message in here for you. And lastly, if you're interested in a one-on-one private session with me for tarot, divination, energy healing, or sound healing, you can go to my Linktree, Tempest Trade, or send me a message on any of my social media. All of the links will be in the description below. All right, let's get started and see what Aquarians need to know right now. Move this and move this. That's right, I need to do the random song generator and see what types of random songs pop up and if it relates to the reading. So we have two cards that flipped over. First card is the Ace of Earth in the reverse, which is payoff. The second card is the Six of Metal, which is partnership, also in the reversal. So what I'm getting from this is something doesn't feel as though it is benefiting you, or something isn't benefiting you. There is no actual rewards in whatever it is that you are attempting to do or currently doing right now. This is also an anatomy tarot deck. So we have two different organs here and two different organs here. Let's see if I can, let's see if I know my anatomy. So we have what looks like either the stomach or the bladder. Not exactly sure what this one is. But the color is yellow. Yellow is for the solar plexus, which is the abdomen, the midsection. So it could be certain organs that are around here, which, if I'm not mistaken, is like stomach, bladder. For the Six of Metal partnership, we have the lungs, and I believe this might be the large intestine. So with lungs, speaking up, large intestine, processing. So something isn't working, something isn't coming together. It could be a partnership. It could just be, because it doesn't always have to be a partnership with other people. It can be, it doesn't always have to be. It could be like how you talk to yourself, how you take care of yourself. But Ace of Earth is like Ace of Pentacles, and that's usually new opportunities, new chances in growth, in finance, in career, in material wealth. So again, payoff. Something isn't paying out. And it could be due to what you are currently connected to or aligned with. We have the Two of Wood connection, as I say, connected to or aligned with, but this was more so in the reversal. So yeah, there's something that you are connected to, and it really isn't a healthy partnership. It's not helping you. It doesn't provide stability, it doesn't provide opportunities, or it just makes you unstable. It makes your situation unstable. Your health, your finance, and then we have the Eight of Water movement in the reversal. I was first shuffling this deck when I chose it for this reading, and the Eight of Water did fall out earlier, and I was curious about it, but I put it back in the deck and it's come out again. Movement in the reversal. You're stuck, and Actually, let me see. For the Two of Wood, I think that's liver. And this one, is that gallbladder? Spleen? Gallbladder, maybe? For the Eight of Water, I don't know what that is. Because I feel like that was the lungs. This might be kidneys. You have 2 kidneys, right? No, that one, I don't know what that one is. But movement in reverse, you're not moving. And we have the 3 of metal, which is windfall in the reversal. Windfall is very much like payoff. Everything is in the reversal. There's a lot of stagnation going on right now, Aquarians. What are you stuck on? You're stuck on something. It could be your health. It could be, again, your finances, your career. Honorable mention, Paladin Knight, Hero Chivalry. Someone coming to save the day. Is that why you're stuck? Because you're waiting for someone to save the day? Not realizing that it's actually you that has to save the day? Superstition in reversal. Whoops. I guess that wanted to come out too. Retired Elder. Superstition. For the Superstition card, it's very much beliefs, superstitions. What do you believe? In every story, in every myth, legend, superstition, tale, there's a moral to the story. There's a lesson. There's also a grain of truth in every story, no matter how fantastical it is. But we're also starting to discover that certain things that we thought were fantasy in the past might have actually been a reality way back then. So, what is it that you believe? And maybe you, with superstition in the reversal, I feel like you're kind of pushing away certain beliefs. It's almost like being in denial. And with this retired elder, I feel like there might have been someone in your life, older than you, that has basically been trying to impart stories and wisdom to you. And I feel like you're not really taking it, accepting it, listening to it, learning from it. And I feel like that's kind of causing you to miss certain opportunities, to not take certain chances because of whatever stories you are just kind of, yeah, like very, very stuck, but stuck in beliefs, stuck in what it is that you believe and how you make certain decisions in your life. Old chestnut. I was just saying, this retired person, someone that's been telling you an old chestnut is an old saying proves true. Others follow your advice. Things are exactly as they seem. Common sense reveals a clue. Constant repetition. Something or someone has been telling you kind of over and over and over again. And this is for the partnership and reverse card. This could even be a partner. Whether it's a relationship partner, a brother, sister, family member, friend, it's like any type of connection where it's an equal give and take, or even if it's not entirely equal, it's a give and take situation. You're working together. I feel like someone that you've been working with might have been telling you repeatedly certain things. Like maybe you've been getting certain guidance and advice from different people. And you're not listening to it. You're not heeding any type of advice, any type of guidance, and that's very risky if that's what's happening. But this could also be like you fighting with yourself over what's true, what's real, especially amongst everything that everyone is saying. Like everyone has so many things, so many different things to say about everything. What do you believe? What do you choose? Opportunity lost. Look at that. You miss out on certain opportunities when you don't connect. You don't take that chance. And some opportunities will actually come through your connections. You can't always close yourself off to it. Reap and sow in the reversal. Yeah, and that's with movement. You can't. Okay, so reap what you sow, two separate ways. Reap and sow with harvesting, how many oats you've sown is how much you reap at the end when harvest comes around. Same thing if you don't make any movement. If you don't sow any oats, you're not going to reap any rewards. Again, the windfall, the payoff. If you don't move, you're not going to get anything. Lack of movement is also a choice. Indecision is also a choice. Not moving is also a choice. Healer aid in the reversal. Yeah, this is giving me the sense that no one's going to come to your rescue. Healer aid in the reversal. You need to heal. You need to work on this. Not everyone is going to help you. And sometimes you have to be the one to help yourself. Buried secret in the reversal. You know what's keeping you held back. Whatever was keeping you held back, it's come to light. You know what your issues are. You know. You're just allowing yourself to be in the indecision, to be stuck. So we have Deputy of Acquittals in the reversal with Pacifism in the upright. Even when certain things are found wrong, guilty, not right, even when certain things are like rough, you can still maintain peace, serenity, a pacifist energy. Not everything deserves a reaction. Not everything needs a reaction. Not everything needs a response. Not everything needs your energy or your time. It's almost like exactly what I was saying. There's so much information and conflicting information about what's real and what's not real. You don't know what to believe. Well, that's just the thing. You don't have to believe everything. When certain things are a bit too mean, too cruel, too aggressive, too it just doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense because it doesn't make sense. And being able to identify the things that don't make sense and just understand that it's not for you, it really helps eliminate a lot of the confusion of what you should believe. Boots of speed, movement, but with hunter's instinct in the reversal. I'm getting this feeling that you have a tendency to move without thinking. You have a tendency to hear some guidance and you still follow whatever it is you want to do. And even though whatever it is you want to do may not exactly be entirely wise, you'll still do it anyway. Constant repetition, you'll still do it anyway. It's like not exactly learning. That's not really the movement that gets you anything anywhere when you're still doing the same thing. Bitter heart witch. Don't be bitter over certain opportunities that you lose. Life moves. Life moves. And you have to move with life. If you don't move with life, you are going to lose out on certain things. And that is just something you are going to have to accept as part of life. For example, when you hear the word river, you understand that it is a moving stream of water going from one direction to another, and that there might be it's a possibility for what, high tide, low tide. I don't know if rivers entirely work that way, but it is entirely possible for like rainy weather to make a river a bit more like rough and torrential. So just by hearing the word river, like you have an idea of what it is. The same thing with life. When you think of life, you have to understand life is going to have ups and downs. You cannot be bitter over the downs. Because again, if you were moving the way that you should be moving, then losing opportunities or missing opportunities, again, wouldn't be much of a deal because there's so many different opportunities and you're eventually going to snag onto the one that fits. As long as you continue moving. And opportunities, again, it could be anything from like a new job, a new hobby, a new friend, a new routine, a new activity, a new sport, a new goal. Like it could be anything like that. Mass appeal. In the sideways, appealing to the masses, which is it's funny because blind zealot, that's what flipped out a little bit. Appealing to the masses is like a speaker, motivational speaker, educational speaker, just a speaker in general, someone who stands up and addresses the public at large. So you might be a person that does public speaking on some level, or a person that needs to address a body or a group of people at any given moment. And with this blind zealot card coming out, it's like, if that is what you need to do, you need to get in front of people and speak to people. It's like, be wary, be cautious, be conscientious of people in the crowd who might be very blind followers and blind believers, and who might create a lot of friction with you standing up and speaking, or you addressing, you standing up and speaking. But I feel that's part of your movement. Ooh, movement. Ooh, hold on. It just suddenly kind of clicked. This is kind of giving me like politics, political movement, societal movement, like V for Vendetta change in the system movement. Mass appeal, blind zealot? Come on. This is kind of like cut through the misinformation. Find the grains of truth that makes sense. And it makes sense because it's like, it makes sense because it works historically. Communally. Divine verdict and the reversal. And that's for windfall. If you don't heal, if you don't help, it's kind of giving me like if you don't stand up, things are always going to stay the way that it is. Like, it's like you need to stand up, you need to help, you need to actually intervene, and that's the only way that any type of verdict is going to happen. Any type of marksman. Take the shot. Take the shot. Whatever it is that you need to do, this is saying take the shot. You are standing in your own way and you need to move. This is animal messages or animal spirits. Shrew. Work hard for the things you want. In reversal. See, exactly. Take the shot. Do the work. Do the work. Do you really want what you say you want? Do you really want to move? Do you want to make a movement? Do you want to appeal to the masses? Do you want to change people's minds? Do you want to change your own mind? Do you want to change your life? This is really giving me Aquarian age energy too. So the next card we have out is Pink Fairy Armadillo. Focus on moving forward and leave the past behind. But that's in the reversal. See, again, remember how I said, and look, this is almost the same color as this too. This boosts of speed with the hunter's instinct. How you might have a tendency to kind of do the same things again and again. And it still produces the same result. Like, yes, you're moving, but you're moving in a circle. You're not moving forward. And with this card, focus on moving forward, but it's in the reverse. Exactly. You're moving in a circle. You're not moving forward. Another reversal card. Mud Skipper. See the world from different perspectives. Exactly. When I was saying how the definition of life is that it is going to go up and down, and because it's life's very nature is up and down, you can't be bitter over the downs. That is part of life. See it in a different perspective. There are certain things that might not be for you, and you might be holding on to those certain things even though it's not for you. It's like, don't get stuck in the thing that you miss because you don't realize maybe you were being redirected and pivoted towards something that is actually better for you. But if you're so stuck in your feelings over what you think you want or what you thought something was, you can't even see the possibility of the more that you could have. It's like there's more for you, there's better for you, but are you going to see that? So we have the capybara. Get involved in your community. Look at that. Get involved in your community with the mass appeal and the blind zealot. You are probably supposed to be some type of motivational speaker, some type of like maybe politics, maybe therapy, maybe just community stuff. And then we have cockroach. Find a schedule that works for you. See? I did say if you don't help, if you don't actually put in action, nothing's going to change. So you really need to start getting involved. You really need to get out there and you need to build a schedule. Bottom of the deck, Goblin Shark. Play to your strengths. Marksman. Play to your strengths. If you're going to take your shot, be smart about the shot you're going to take. If you know you're not good at if you know you're not entirely good at cardio, are you going to run the entire length of the basketball court to take a shot? Or are you going to get really good at your geometry, your mathematics inside your head in order to make what a 3-point shot, a half court shot? Like are you that's kind of what this is saying is you have certain talents and certain gifts. You could be capitalizing on those talents and those gifts and really putting yourself out there in a way that does make a change. But it really does feel like you are stuck in certain routines that don't actually benefit you, certain cycles that don't benefit you, and possibly certain self-talk and certain beliefs that don't actually benefit the type of forward movement that you actually want to do. So the question becomes, how much do you want what you say you want? And I leave you with that, Aquarians. I hope this reading resonated with you, and if you would like a one-on-one private session with me, you can go to my Linktree Tempest Trade and or send me a message on any of my social media. Until next time, bye.